Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It might seem a little early to do this, but I have this tradition that after Thanksgiving and kind of like the whole month of December, I start thinking about what I want to work on next year. I start thinking about New Year, goal setting, manifesting, and all that good stuff. So if you're new to my channel, I love just manifesting things. I feel like law of attraction always came really easy to me, and visualizing, like that part was always really fun for me. Whereas some people, they don't necessarily like to visualize, or they don't even know what to focus on. Whenever I'm talking about manifesting or visualizing or any of that good stuff, I'm always like, but of course you have to do the work. And I think that whenever I say that, somebody's like, okay, but what does the work look like? So when I was getting ready and thinking about, okay, what do I personally want to work on? So just my tradition outside of YouTube and outside of filming, just what do I want to work on for next year? What do I want to attract? What do I want to focus on? What do I want the theme of next year to be? I realized that it kind of takes a little bit to come up with all of this and to do all the steps, that you really don't want to wait until January 1st to do it. It's actually really beneficial to start thinking about it now. So that's why I was like, you know what, I'm gonna write down everything that I personally want to do, and the, you could say, like, map that I create, the game plan that I create, that I do personally for my own personal goals. And I thought that I would share it in this video, and then that way it gives you guys the whole month of December. If you're seeing this in real time when I'm posting, if you're seeing this in January, then you could still use it, obviously. But if you're seeing it now, it's going to give you the entire month to really work on this, narrow things down, get really specific, visualize, and manifest for next year. In this video, it's all about doing the work side of things. All you'll need is a notebook to do this. So if you don't have one right now, you can just watch this again with a notebook and like write down all of these tips, but you're pretty much going to need a notebook for every step. Okay, so what I always like to start with, just on a fresh piece of paper, is you're just going to 2022, you can write the new year and just write down everything that you want to achieve. I like to keep it realistic, but a little bit higher. So raising your hand as high as you can, and then raise it a little higher. I've talked about that in other videos before, just that little bit higher. Those are your stretch goals. So I want you to write down anything that would be a stretch. A stretch goal, that's what I like to call them, are still juicy. They're still exciting, but they are realistic to you. So think of it like this. So maybe you have $5,000 in your savings account, and you say, you know what, next year, by the end of next year, you want to take all year, and maybe you want to grow that 5,000 to 20,000. That would be a stretch, that would be exciting, that would be juicy. But if you were like, I have $5,000, I want to grow it to $1 million, that might not be as realistic. And when you set goals like that, and I've done it in the past too, where I've set like really outrageous goals, or I've set goals that I was gonna achieve at some point anyway, you almost lose motivation. One, because you could get bored because you're like, I'm gonna achieve it anyway, so it's inevitable. Or really juicy goals, it's like they're kind of unrealistic. You like going from $5,000 to $1 million, it just seems so far, and it seems so out of reach that maybe you stop doing the things you need to be doing to increase that savings account. So that's why I like it to be a stretch, where it's a little higher than you're comfortable with, but it's still exciting and it still keeps you motivated. And us as humans, we need challenges. We need to be challenged. People really appreciated my recent video where I said with weight loss, there needs to be some level of discipline, right? Like we can't just always be like, good job, good job. Like just reach your hand a little higher and there you go. That's the stretch goal. You wanna write down all of your stretch goals. So maybe it's working out more, eating healthy, losing weight, making more money, saving more money. Maybe you wanna buy a home, maybe you wanna switch careers, maybe you wanna start your own business. Then the second thing is you're gonna look through everything you wrote down. So everything that was in your head, the stretch goals, the exciting things, the things that you didn't maybe achieve this year, or maybe things you started doing but you didn't finish yet. Maybe you started your weight loss journey towards the end of the year, and that's something you want to keep picking up and keep doing in the following year. Okay, so you're gonna look at your whole list. Is there a common theme, or like, can you group them? So maybe you have different goals, like weight loss and eating healthy, that can be grouped together, but then maybe you have making more money, saving money, buying a house, and that could be grouped together. So what I want you to do is take your goals that can be grouped together, and from here you can almost sort of work on a couple at once. And I've talked about this in other goal setting videos, and I'm always asking you to go into more depth about that. And what I found is okay, one year I wanted to be more organized. I wanted to always make my bed, and I wanted to always have my clean clothes folded and put away, not just like in the laundry basket waiting to be put away, but that's where they are. I also had goals to work out in the morning, get it over with first thing in the morning. And this year, that was something I did really well. I prep my proteins, you guys know, and I always put my proteins in containers, and I make my bed every single day without a fail. There is not one day that you will come to my house and see my bed unmade. It's just years and years of years, that being a habit, that being a non-negotiable for me. So do you know that those goals actually go together? That putting away your clean clothes, going to the gym early in the morning, meal prepping your food, organization, and weight loss, that could be grouped together. The more organized you are and know where your clean clothes are, you can find your gym clothes in the morning. And do you know too, like some nights I just don't feel like doing the laundry, and then I'm like, you know what, let me just pick out my gym outfit for tomorrow. I'll see that none of my leggings are clean. I'll do a little laundry, I'll put it all away, and then I have my gym clothes for the morning. So it's kind of like habits build on top of others. So I think looking at your list in this bigger picture format, or not just saying like, oh, I want to lose weight, and oh, I want to start a business, you might actually see that some of the things you want can be grouped together and work really well together. So as you're working on your fitness, you're also working on your organization. Then after you do that, I would come up with a theme for 2022. So you can have two themes if you want. If you have like your personal goals and maybe you have work goals, and maybe they're completely separate. So maybe in that sense you have like productivity goals and you want the theme to be productivity, or maybe you have weight loss goals and it's a healthier body theme. The theme is more for the days that you feel in a rut and you feel like you don't know what to work on next, or you don't know what to do. The theme is almost like the captain. It's what's steering the ship. Whenever you're feeling lost or you're feeling in a rut, you kind of go back to the overall theme. Like what is the direction? My theme this year is manifester. The reason why I'm making that my theme is because for so many years I felt once I really got the hang of visualization and manifesting and law of attraction, it's almost like you get so comfortable with it in your mind first that your mind just figures out a way to make it a reality. You become comfortable up here and then you see it here. And every year I pretty much can go back and like, okay, I manifested this, I manifested that. So the fourth tip, this is probably one of the most important things, and it's the taking action part, and it's building the habits. There are no other way to do it. As somebody that has been trial and error with achieving my goals, okay, this year I achieved this many goals, how come I didn't do it this year? Just using my own life as trial and error to share with you guys. I've seen a quote somewhere, Pinterest, success lies in your morning routine. So if you're somebody you sleep in and then you kind of do different things every morning and it's not really consistent and not really where you want to be in life, you can say, well, hey, do you have a consistent morning routine? Like you can really find what you're doing wrong or what's not helping you to achieve your goals in your routine. Have some non-negotiables, and I think that you should as well. So my first non-negotiable is I wake up, I have coffee, and I don't look at my phone. I don't look at my phone for a while. My second non-negotiable is making my bed, like I shared before. I remember when I first moved out, I was like, oh, I want to be that kind of person that makes their bed every single day. And I really didn't. You have to have that mindset shift of why are you doing something? What really makes you change your life and instill these good habits is why are you doing it? Also, I have the most luxurious sheets. I'm always asked about my sheets. And that brings me to today's collaboration. I'm so excited to collaborate with them again. I'm personally going to take advantage of the sale. The brand of my sheets are by Brooklinen. If you guys remember in older videos, I used to be obsessed, and I mean obsessed, with making my room and my home almost be hotel inspired, from the slippers I wear to the robe to the sheets. And I went through so many different things that now I have the best sheets, and they're even better than some hotels. Like I just prefer my bed now. I prefer my sheets. So I have the sheet, I have the fitted sheet, the pillowcases, and the duvet. Brooklinen sheets get better over time. That was always my problem. I would find sheets that were silky or soft or nice. Then washing them over time, they just wouldn't feel as nice anymore. They would feel like tethered, is that the word? Like they wouldn't feel good. I do personally wash my sheets once a week. Our dogs sleep in the bed with us, I self-tan, and they are still soft, luxurious feeling. I do have the Luxe line and I have the shade Cream, and I am bougie and I have 2 sets, and that's because if they're ever washing and I don't finish it all, then I have the second set. They are the best. My husband says it too, that we used to go to hotels and feel so luxurious and like couldn't wait to sleep in a hotel bed, but now our bed is like a hotel bed, and in some hotels even better. The fact that they're having a sale all month long, 15% off, it's a great deal, especially because sheets and comforters and all that, duvets, like all of that is like pricey, especially for good high quality like Brooklinen. Better to try it when you can get money off, and then this way you will sleep better and it'll be fun to make your bed. If that's a habit you want to bring into the new year, then you're actually going to do it, because you're going to be like, I have these luxurious sheets, they feel amazing, I want to take care of them. So if you guys want to take advantage of their holiday sale and save 15% off, I will leave a link to Brooklinen down below. And my last tip is to find proof. So sometimes you'll have a goal or a habit and you'll say, I tried to lose weight this time, but I failed. And you kind of remember that, right? Like maybe this year you want to lose weight, but you remember all the times you were doing it and then stopped. Well, I want you to find proof of a time in your life that you were successful at something. Maybe it was a school sports team, or saving a certain amount of money, or you know, saying no to something really sugary that you kind of wanted, but you were like, you know what, this isn't going to benefit me, I'm going to say no. Think of all those times, build your evidence, find your proof of why you can do something, because it's so easy for us all, like literally all of us, to be like, can't do this, can't do that, this time I did this, there was that time I was consistent but then I failed. We can all go back and find the time that we weren't doing what we said we were going to do. Finding those little moments that prove to ourselves of, well, remember this time you did it, and remember this time you did it, and really focus on that and write it in your notebook. Like I said before, it's that energy of putting it from your brain to a notebook, getting a pen, writing it down. Even me, when I'm like, okay, I want to set my goal this month for, I want to set my goal this year for how much money I want to save. I go back to the first time in my life that I saved money. I go back to that time, not the following year when I saved even more than that. Wasn't that, it was the first time that I ever did it. I go back to that time. Wyatt walking in the background. The goal here is to really embody that feeling of that time you did succeed. It's just such a powerful affirmation almost, because it's even better than an affirmation, because an affirmation, you're saying it out loud and you're going to believe what you're saying, but this time you're going back to a memory of when you were successful at it and can say, okay, I did it that time. And they don't even have to be related things. Maybe you never lost weight and it's your goal every single year, but you were successful at your job and productivity. Both of those things are essentially the same thing, because to be successful at your career requires a level of discipline, it requires sacrifice, it requires doing the work. If you could do the work and become that person, that disciplined person, you can apply that to anything. You can apply that to weight loss, starting a business, getting your house more organized. So they don't have to be related, guys. It doesn't have to be like, well, I never started a business before, how do I find proof of that? It's more like, okay, find proof of a time you were a leader. You did something that was really hard and you overcame it. That's what it's more about. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little early. You have to let me know, what do you think of starting like New Year's stuff in December? Comment down below any goals you want to talk about or work on. You can also comment down below and maybe I can give you guys some tips. Have an awesome day. Don't forget to check out Brooklinen. It's really a great deal. If you guys have been following Brooklinen, you know there's not many sales, so definitely take advantage of it. Have an awesome day and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.